Hello friends, this is Navdeep Singh from Hitbullseye.com. Today in our art and culture series, we'll be discussing about Indian music. So the topics of discussion for today would be firstly, the origin of Indian music, the types of Indian music, and after that we'll also look into folk music, modern music and certain musical instruments that we make use of. Firstly, the origin of Indian music is as such that it has been traced from the Vedas. As we already know that there are 4 Vedas, the music or the Veda related to music is that of Sam Veda. We also trace music or origins of music from an Upaveda called the Gandharva Veda. And this is mainly related to the science of music itself. The pillars of Indian music are 3. The Swar, Rag and Tal. Now, Swar is basically the tone or pitch, and we have 7 basic types of Swar which are mainly called as Sangam, the examples of which are Sa, Re, Ga, Ma, as you already know. Raga is the basis of melody in the music. Now, Raga is all time specific, season specific and mood specific. For example, we have the Deepak Rag, the Hindol Rag, the Rag Bhairavi. These are all season and mood specific. There have to be a minimum of 5 notes in every raga. Third feature or third pillar of Indian music is the Tal, which is the basis of rhythm. Tal or rhythm is the arrangement of beats in a particular cyclical manner. And the most important example of Tal is the Teen Tal. So these are the 3 pillars of Indian music. Now we talk about the types of Indian music. Indian music has been divided into various types such as classical music, such as folk music, modern music and various other types of music. We will be discussing the major types of music, the most major being the classical music. Now this classical music is again further subdivided into 2 types, or we can also call them 2 schools. First is the Hindustani music and second is the Carnatic music. While discussing classical music, we have to discuss the various important features of these 2 schools of music. So firstly we'll discuss the Hindustani music. Now Hindustani music is one which is being used in the northwestern or the northern parts of the country. And being used in these parts of the country, we would obviously have certain amount of Arab and Persian influence over this type of music. In this music, freedom is given to the artist to improvise, and hence because of those improvisations, there are numerous variations of Hindustani music. Hindustani music is mainly of emotional type and which has various sub-styles such as Dhrupad, the Tappa, the Tarana, Khayal and others. These sub-styles are further divided into various gharanas, such as the Dhrupad sub-style has gharanas such as the Darbhanga gharana, the Dagri gharana. The Khayal sub-style has various gharanas such as Gwalior gharana, the Patiala gharana and others. Various instruments that are being used in this Hindustani music is the Veena, Mridangam and Mandolin. Now Carnatic music is one which is being used in southern parts of the country. And this music is totally indigenous without any kind of influence from any other music world over. In this, there is no freedom given to the artist to improvise, and hence there is very limited number of schools or variations in Carnatic music. We learned that Hindustani music was emotional music. On the other hand, Carnatic music is mainly intellectual and spiritual music prevalent in South India, as we have already discussed. Apart from the classical music, the folk music. Now this is mainly the music of the people by the people. It is basically dance oriented and has very diverse themes. The more important folk music depending upon the region or depending upon the states are as. In the state of Jammu and Kashmir and specifically in the region of Kashmir, the folk music that is being used is called as 101. Now we have to keep in mind that we have to remember the names of these folk music and relate them to the state in which this particular folk music is being used, because this is one of the favorites of the paper setters. In 101, this is an important folk music which is sung during the wedding ceremonies or festivities. In Madhya Pradesh, there are mainly two types of folk music that are being used, the Alha and the Pai. These are again sung during the festivals and to glorify heroes. And it is also being used as depicting dedication towards the gods to have a good monsoon and resultantly have a good harvest. In the state of Rajasthan, we come across folk music such as Mand and Panahari. This is mainly depicting the stories of women when they gather together around the village wells. Next is the folk music of Gujarat. That is, as you all popularly know, the Dandiya folk music which is sung during the Navratri festivals. In Maharashtra, the folk music is Lavani and Povada, which are mainly sung for or as part of hero worship in the region. In West Bengal, the folk music associated is called as Baul, and whose basic theme is separation of human mind and soul. So basically it relates to intellectualism in the human mind. Apart from these folk musics that are mostly called as popular music, we also have various devotional music. These are popularly called as Sugam Sangeet, and these are further of many types again depending upon the region. We have the bhajans, the kirtans, shabads, kavalis, ghazals, abhangas. Again, all are devotional music dedicated towards pleasing the gods. Another type of folk music is the Ravindra Sangeet, which is again mainly used in eastern parts of the country, which is a mixture of classical and folk music, and again the themes being that of worship, love, nature and etc. So this is the folk music that we wanted to discuss. After folk music, the most important music or music as of today that we are practicing is modern music. Now this modern music is mainly because of the Western influence of Western cultures over the Indian cultures. Various examples are rock, jazz, blues and trance music. Even though these are very similar musics, there are very thin line differences between all of them. Of these, rock music is a very wide term associated with instruments such as guitars and drums, and it is mainly performed in a group. In all these musics, the tempo is very high. After rock, we have trance music, which is a genre of electronic dance music, and the main character of this type of music is that the tempo is between 110 to 150 beats per second. The other types of music such as blues that we have discussed and jazz that we have discussed are again variations or derivations of rock and trance music. So today we have discussed various types of music such as music practiced by the popular people, the folk music, the modern music practiced as of today, and music practiced in the older times. So this is all about music that I wanted to discuss in a series of art and culture. Thank you.